Good morning. This is Debra V. Wilson. It is Sunday, the 2nd of July, 2023, and I'm in Northeast England. I continue to look at how people who have weaponized an identity, and again, we're all multiple identities that intersect, and we perform self how we understand those intersecting identities, when we are, and where we are. Where we are is very important, where you have the space to perform those identities. Sorry for the sirens in the background. I'm outside. And what I look at is people who have weaponized an identity and then gone on to organize those who share that identity in a hierarchical way. So hierarchical thinking and the role it plays in the weaponization of an identity that leads to the desire to commit acts of violence. You can weaponize your nationality, your ethnicity, your construct of race, your gender, your sexual orientation, your political beliefs. You can organize any identity you have and you share with others in a hierarchical manner. So I think it's fairly easy to make the argument if you are weaponizing an identity through the lens of hierarchical thinking with the goal of weaponizing your performance of that identity, you probably have yourself somewhere in the top of that hierarchy. However, we have a recent example of a woman's construct of her blackness as a bottom caste in this hierarchical thinking of constructs of race, where she places herself as a bottom caste, but she constructs her blackness in order to weaponize her engagement with others. And that weaponization isn't necessarily physical violence. It hasn't been violence that manifests itself in a physical sense. Of course, I'm thinking of Meghan Markle. So just because you organize an identity in a hierarchical way, and that identity, you choose to engage in it by saying, I don't know, I didn't know, I don't know, I didn't know, but at the same time you access great power to utilize that identity to inflict discomfort on others. So that's an example of a situation that I don't think is engaged in terrorism. But I do seek to understand how and why, and the ways in which people take an identity and utilize a myriad of things, of ideologies to weaponize that identity, and then, despite the place in which they place themselves on that hierarchy, make no mistake about it, they have weaponized that identity. Again, Meghan Markle's construct of blackness is, I didn't know, I'm a victim, I didn't know. Which talk show can I get next to listen to my story? It is very much a weaponization of blackness, but she used that blackness that she stepped into by choice to construct blackness as I don't know, which I thought was very interesting considering she's globally traveled and before that highly educated. And I would think black people would be insulted by the fact I didn't know, I'm black, I didn't know. I would think at some point black Americans would have said, why don't you know? You're highly educated. You should have known. In any case, I'm looking at the weaponization of identities and the role that hierarchical plays in that path. This is Debra V. Wilson. I am in Northeast England, and I'm trying to get some work done today. Thank you for listening.